Welcome to John Arbon Textiles vlog number 5. Yeah!
Welcome. And this one is all about what's coming up for our open weekend that's happening very soon.
Including the launch of our very special new range, Appledore.
Which is just... It's all up here on top of Knit by Numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a family affair.
So before we get onto all of that fun stuff, we've got so many yummy goodies that have not left this building yet.
No.
We haven't shown anyone
Literally
any of the stuff.
coming off the skein winder today, actually.
Yeah, and many more to be made even, so
Yes.
you'll have to wait a bit longer to see them.
And some other little secret bits that we're not going to show you today, but we will show you nearer the time as this vlog probably comes out.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
So we've got lots of fun stuff in store.
Yeah. So
But before that,
let's have a little catch up.
yeah.
What have you people at home been up to? Always like to know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you've been up to.
What have you been doing?
What have I been doing? I have, not gonna lie, spent quite a lot of time recently planning the open weekend. But in my time off, what I have been up to is we're filming this in that like very rainy period.
Yeah, when
So-
all of the April showers came in May. Actually.
Exactly. So I met up with some friends over the weekend. And it was really nice. We went for like a lovely walk, and actually it was quite dry while we were on the walk, and then we went and sat in a pub
Oh my
garden and I had my first roast.
Oh.
But
And pint.
yeah.
Many
Well,
pints.
it was a shandy because I had to drive
Oh,
home.
fair enough.
It's been really nice having everything kind of like slightly start to open a little bit.
It's so lovely.
Fingers crossed when this comes out.
Yeah.
It'll all still be fine, and obviously if you're in another country, we hope,
Yeah.
things are alright for you too, but it's definitely feeling like a little bit more hopeful at the moment, so
Yeah.
that's nice. So what have you been doing? Have you been
Oh.
doing any walking? Any pinting?
I've done a pinting, yes. But no, I haven't been for a walk recently, but mine's quite a nice round robin of what I've been up to literally in the last few days. We finally made it to the allotment. Dun. Very late. But, I've been a busy bee.
It is busy.
Yeah, but it's been so cold, so we're hopeful that everything will still grow because it's finally getting that bit warmer. So yeah, I've done lots of planting. Although actually my husband is good at the planting. I love weeding.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you can come around my house if you want.
I really like weeding, so I do that bit. And luckily we share an allotment with John. He has given us courgette plant and a couple of other bits and bobs as well that he's grown into seedlings. So that's all good. I've been listening to a new album
Have you?
by Johnny Flynn, who I think he's like written it with Robert McFarlane, who I'd not heard
I've
of
had
before.
them. I listen to the radio a lot while I'm at work, like
Yeah.
Radio 6,
Yeah.
and I think they played like
Yes. So he's a
track or
writer. So since I've then found that out, I've started listening to his book called The Old Ways, which is about how he's walked thousands of miles around the UK on really old walkways that are like starting to not exist anymore. And I thought it was just so fascinating that he goes on and on about how everybody makes tracks, but as humans we forget we do because we're always walking on concrete or asphalt or whatever. So I thought it was just lovely. I'm very much enjoying listening to that. So very
fab.
country vibes this week.
I've listened to some Robert McFarlane as well. He's got a really amazing one on like old local dialect words, and then
nice.
there's a whole section on like peat bogs and like the terminology, like specific terminology in peat bogs or like up on the Camgorns.
Yeah, it's
and
fascinating.
actually, yeah, it's so good.
He's a clever dude.
And listening to that book, which I now obviously can't remember the name
Yeah.
of, was one of the things that inspired all the names for the Exmoor sock, because they're all like old dialect
Oh,
names.
nice.
So,
Well, yeah, I think there's quite a lot I need to make my way through now.
yeah, they're very good, like, just before bed, like,
Yeah.
having a chill,
Yeah.
kind of listening.
Yes.
What is the next bit? John. We're going to
Yeah.
go to John.
John is going to show first.
John's going to show.
He is going to tell us all about the fibres and the breeds of the sheep that are in the Appledore range.
Which is our brand new, coming soon, West Country DK.
Oh, it's lovely.
Take it away, John.
Hello and welcome. I am here to talk about Appledore in some sort of incoherent, usual manner. Because obviously doing this off a script, not. And
We like a bit of improv.
bit of improv, you get the real deal, I feel. So I'm here to talk about Appledore, and we're a week away from our open weekend,
Oh.
the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
20 years.
How does that feel?
Makes me feel old. It makes me feel really old. I was talking to somebody who's got a cafe and they were born in 1988. I was out partying then. I'm wearing a sheepskin finger.
Oh.
I've got a splinter in it off of Piglet, our new skein winder. I've got a Piglet splinter. So it's got a
Piglet's supposed to
sheepskin
be nice.
sheepskin coat. It is very 70s. It looks like a football manager's finger. Many moons ago, it must be 6 years, 5 or 6 years ago, I wanted to use different breeds, local breeds, and I wanted to use Devon close wool because nobody else seems to do anything with it, and it was available to us, so I went, I'm going to do something with that, but on its own it would have been too crispy, so I wanted to put something else with it that we see a lot of, and there's lots of Romneys here, and then something else off of Exmoor, which are Exmoor Blueface.
We love the Exmoor Blue Space.
Yeah.
Put it in everything.
Put it in everything. So it's a real local treat, and it's a wall of character. I'd say it's proper rustic. It's what I think of British wool should be, really, and it encompasses all of that. And coming off of Exmoor, being in such an exposed place, you know, it's sort of like you want a jumper made out of that and go striding out. What I do, isn't it?
And you'll be wearing
Or
it
in
for
their allotment.
years.
Yeah, you would be. I mean, so strong. So that is the Devon close wool. I've got some top that we've made here. It's quite white. It's quite a recent breed, really. It was developed in the 1920s. I thought it was older than that. I did a little bit of checking. Staple length is medium staple, so it's about 10 to 12 centimetres. Looks longer to me than that. We did select some of a better length, I've got to be honest, through the wool board. There you go. So developed in 1920s from crossing the Devon long wool, which is a sort of quite coarse but lustre wool, with Exmoor horn, and they originally did it as a big meat animal. It's going to be hardy enough and a bit improved and denser fleeces, so they got more for their money all around meat animal and wool. A nice bouncy wool, I think. It's quite crisp. Like I say, it's a wool of character. So, and it sits very well with our next selected breed. I should say the micron of that is around about 33, I suppose. So
it's
sort
a
of
thicker one.
it's a coarser one. Maybe goes up to 35. Again, we did select quite well with it. So yeah. So this is a Romney, which in contrast is a bit more yellow. I don't know if that shows up on the camera.
Just about.
Just
I
about.
think.
It's a bit creamier, basically. It's not a lot, but it's not as white as the Devon close wool. Romney is originally from Kent, Romney Marsh. That's where it takes its name from, and that was an old breed, 13th century.
Oh, that is
origins,
old.
yeah. And but then our lovely friend Mr. Bakewell come along.
He's back again. Mr. Bakewell and his tarts.
Mr. Bakewell the tarts. No, Mr. Bakewell, not the Bakewell tarts. We had this last time. Anyhow, he came along and he monkeyed with it and used different breeds with it. So he used the English Leicester, as they called it, which is like a Leicester long wool, which is what it's known as. And that's got luster. So he improved the handle, improved the luster. So it's a demi-luster wool, you can just about. So yeah, and that's got a longer staple, probably, I don't know, 15 centimetres plus, around about that. Nice handle, good all-rounder, and perfect to stick with our Devon close wool. So we use that in the blend 40-40. Nice bounce, it gives a bit more softness to it as well. Then add into the mix in 20% our lovely Exmoor mule, Exmoor Blueface, as we call it. It's actually known as an Exmoor mule, and that's a cross with the Exmoor Horn again and the Blueface Leicester. So that gives it a bit of luster, a bit of softness, and a bit of bounce to it again, and that lovely combo, all three together, gives us our rather lovely Appledore top. There it is. So it's a nice blended mixture.
Super warm, isn't it?
Yeah, really durable, really warm. What we've done then is blend that and then dye it into primary colours, pretty much like processed colours. That's the idea being that we could then formulate any colour out of it. So we've got these wacky blends which are partially blended, not fully blended, and then we've done that in the yarn as well, so you get a real sort of contrast in the yarn and in the tops. So it really looks properly tweedy as well. So that whole look, and Sonja came up with this marvellous palette, rejoicing in Appledore, which I should say is named after a North Devon, can't even speak, North Devon fishing village known for shipmaking from the 1800s. And it's still shipmaking now. The shipyard's been in and out of work, but apparently it's been bought again, and I think it's going to resurge again, making boats.
Cool.
That's a pretty little place if you ever go.
It is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
We go there quite a lot.
And there's a very famous ice cream company there as well, isn't there?
Yeah.
Hawkins. Is it Hawkins? It is Hawkins.
Yeah, Hawkins. Yeah.
Is there cream
there's some
and
nice
red
pubs that do good
fans?
Sunday roasts and things.
Yeah, there's a good chip shop there as well. Good fish
You've
and
got
chip
to
shop.
have a good chip shop if you're by the sea.
Yeah, got to go back there and have another look. So if you ever pass in, do pay Appledore a visit. It's beautiful. And because it's Appledore, we went, yeah, apples. So we've named everything after West Country apples. So they've all got funny names, but they're actual real apple names.
Yeah.
So Slap the Girdle and Hangy Down and Tom Putt and things like that. The Golden Knob, which is always gives us a laugh. So yeah, there it is, and spun up into beautiful, beautiful yarn.
It's quite a creamy colour, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean the mule's quite creamy, the Exmoor Blueface, and that Romney. And there it is. Maybe we'll have to do an Appledore tour, and then take pictures in every Appledore in a jumper. Coming
nice.
to you soon. Meantime, we'll go to Appledore and eat chips and another pint. Now we're allowed to. I do have some, again, this lovely British
Oh yeah,
sheep
show us.
book,
Show us.
which I
Show
think is
us your
great.
sheep.
There we go.
Get
Devon
your
Close
sheep
Swamp.
out.
What they call a polled sheep.
Oh gosh, he's
He has
a
no horns or
stocky
something.
fellow, isn't
So
he?
they bred the horn out of this sheep. So yeah,
Very
they're
well protected
dense.
on the moors.
Very dense fleece, and then the lovely Romney in here somewhere. I should
Again,
get-
that's a very dense fleece on that.
Yeah, it's pretty dense. I should get. That's a great book. I should get to keep bringing this book up. It is really good. I'll go and do some spinning, make some Appledore.
So I hope you enjoyed hearing John talk a bit more about the breeds and why we designed this kind of fibre. Really, it was just so many of our yarns are like quite soft or really drapey, like the Alpaca Supreme that we've been talking a lot about recently. So we were looking to just make something that was like a bit more of like a rustic woolly wool, because that was a real
desperate
gap
for a twofold as well.
Yes.
So glad John passed the twofold.
Definitely. It's just got like a real nice bounce to it and that real heirloom quality.
Yeah, I just love that it's ropey.
Yeah, me too. It just feels really like lovely and kind of
and the fibres
traditional and
delicious, aren't they?
And we had so much, or I had so much fun making all these tweedy colours.
Yeah.
So John was talking about the like primary base colours. So Frankie and I have got them out. Here they are.
Terrifying, aren't they?
Aren't they just? Yeah, they're really scary. Oh, that one's on there. I am incidentally wearing the brown. So
you are.
The brown is actually in quite a lot of the colours because it's a bit more chill and a bit more subtle,
earthy somehow.
Exactly. So what we do when we make colours is we take all of these real kind of primary ones and we mix them together. Then you get something like that. So this will be all of these.
Is it the white as well?
Like, yeah, there's a bit of white in there. So it's all of these mixed together.
You can really see it like that.
We'll make that guy. So
awesome.
'Tis a miracle.
Yeah.
So what we will do now is take you over to the table and just give you a real close up of those 20
colours.
Yeah. I got very carried away when I was making all the colours, and I think I made about 35.
Oh, wow.
And then I like whittled them down a bit, and I whittled them down a bit more, and then I was just like, actually,
go with it.
I can't leave any of these behind. They all need to come.
You'll see it's such a nice palette, and like you can really see how they all work together, and you've thought about like how they're going to actually be able to be used together, which is super important. Like you could pick any of the colours, I think, and know that they would go together.
Hopefully. And I think our decision to like make them all really headed and tweedy like that really helps with what you were talking about, because it means that they've all got that little hint of yellow or that little pop of pink.
Ties them all together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing what you can do with
such intense colours.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, here you go.
So here are all of those new Appledore colours.
There is a lot of them.
So many of them. So as usual, what we're going to do is take you through them all, kind of one at a time. Here we go. So these are all the light greens and the neutrals. This one here is Hanging Down. And
all apple names, of course.
All apple names.
They're varieties of apple, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. And they're all West Country ones.
Awesome.
So this one is like a dark green.
Yeah, it's amazing, but these really bright kind of yellow hints in it as well are amazing.
And then here's the kind of mid-tone green, which is Spicy Pippin.
And that one was previously Mossy Bog.
So that was when our Appledore fibre had only just arrived for the last mill open weekend. So that's just how long it takes us to do these things.
And that was Katie Green that designed that one, wasn't
Katie made this gorgeous colour, which was called Mossy Bog, but that obviously is not an apple name. So we've renamed it Spicy Pippin.
Beautiful.
And then these are such a nice little threesome, trio. That's the better word. Little trio. And this guy is Golden Knob.
Beautiful.
And that is quite a colour.
That's one of the vividest, most vivid colours in the range, isn't it?
It really is. Once we've shown you all these colours, we will get out like the solid tones, which is how we blend how we blended them all. So you'll see this colour is pretty similar to just the straight up yellow.
Yeah.
So it's just got a bit of black in there as well. And then this guy here is Wimple Wander.
Lovely.
Which I think might be one of my favourite names out of all of them. It's
lovely.
just fun.
It's very magical.
Wimple Wander.
I want to see all of these apples as
know.
well. Where
I
can
have
get them
looked.
from.
If you look them up, you can see them all.
Oh, okay.
And actually, they mostly just look like apples.
Yeah.
I mean, they look tasty, and they're all cider apples. So some of them are a bit knobbly bobbly.
Awesome.
Wimple Wander is like a nice fawn, so it's a neutral, but like a warm neutral.
Yeah.
It's got quite a lot of brown and that crazy yellow in it. And then the last one of these, kind of more sort of naturey, earthy tones.
This one's very interesting, isn't it?
Foxwell.
Oh, which is the cutest name.
Little baby foxes.
So it's kind of like a brown but a plum to my eyes.
Yeah, it's like purple and brown at the same time, isn't it? I love a brown. I love a weird brown.
Interesting brown.
And this just definitely
got some
ticks
depth,
the box
doesn't it?
for me, without a doubt. And you can see, again, it's got a little bit of that yellow in there. But yeah, I love it. And it works just as nicely with these kind of more green tones.
They all play well together.
As it does with, here's all the like more kind of pinky ones. And you can see those two are really, that makes Foxwhelp look much more like a kind of purpley shade than a brown.
Yeah, it looks so shiny.
It's quite shiny yarn actually.
It is, yeah.
So this is probably the classiest, like warm tone.
Yeah, that one's lovely.
It's just really sophisticated, and this one's proper apple inspired as well.
You can see the apple in that one,
without a doubt. This is called Sweet Coppin.
Gorgeous.
It's quite romantic sort of a colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
And then the other dark one is here. I think this is one of my absolute faves out of all of them.
This one's quite vivid as well, isn't it?
It's got a lot of grey in it, but then also lots of that like electric pink and real intense green. So it's sort of vivid but also muted.
Yeah.
Which seems paradoxical, but I mean that's the beauty of being able to blend from the tops, is you still get flashes of those like really bright tones in there. And
because we gill stuff 3 times to get a completely blended colour.
Exactly.
But with the Appledore it was the less blending the better.
Yeah.
As long as your recipe was right.
So it all has that nice tweeded tone.
Yeah, exactly.
So this one's Ellis Bitter.
Which is a lovely name as well.
Yeah, it is. And then this is the one I might make a crazy cardi in.
Pig snout.
Pig snout.
So sweet.
It's like a rainbow of all of the colours. It's like properly reminds me of like a pig who's just really curious and like rummaging around and making a bit of a mess, maybe. But
that one's very namesake, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's lovely. That one's super tweedy, isn't it?
It's got all the colours in it. I think it's got some blue and some green and obviously lots of pink and
bit of yellow,
bit of white.
Yeah, that's absolutely fabulous, that one.
Then here's another crazy multicoloured one. I actually thought this would be blue when I was like blending it.
The tops are a bit more psychedelic than the yarn came out, I think.
Yeah.
But because the yarn's like a little bit understated compared to Pig Snout.
Pig Snout and Slack McGirdle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get the tops out really and show folks in a moment. But yeah, that is just real like multicoloured. I think it's sort of almost equal amounts of everything, you know. And then it's also got a pale version,
which is lovely.
which is called Quench. So nice and thirst quenching. It's like proper.
It's kind of pastel-y, isn't it?
springtime. Yeah.
Neon pastels.
I mean, who doesn't love a bit of neon pastel? It's always very popular with the crafting crew.
Yeah.
Grand. There we have them. And then, shall I show you the other crazy multicoloured one?
Yeah, sure.
Next, which is this guy. So these are like the 3
Unicorn
really,
slicks.
yeah, unicorn slick, oil slick,
Yeah.
clown car, whatever you want to call them. I love them. But this one is Dufflin.
Yeah, that one's beautiful. That's very oil slicky, isn't it?
It
Looks like
really
it's
is.
iridescent in the camera.
It reminds me of like birds' plumage, or
Yes, magpie.
something like that.
Love a magpie.
Like when the light catches them.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yum. And then here's all our other blues. So should we start with the palest one? I love this colour actually.
I love this colour too.
When I was I knitted a big old blanket with all the colours, and every time I knitted this colour, it just really pops. Yeah, it brought me a lot of joy, Frankie.
I love it.
Lot of joy.
I really like it because it's really icy but minty, but like a grey and a blue and all the things.
Yeah, and it's called Sheep's Nose,
Which
and you
is
just
the
think of
sweetest.
those little sheep out there getting frostbitten.
Definitely at the moment, all that rain as well. Beautiful.
It's yum. And
Could definitely see myself with a jumper in that one.
in Sheep's Nose.
Yeah.
Nice. Then here's Winter Stubbard, which is similar to Sheep's Nose, but it's got more brown in it, so it's just a bit warmer of a colour, and obviously more of a.
That one looks metallic and delicious.
It's such a sort of unusual colour because I knitted a jumper in this, and while I've got grey bedding, and when I was sitting in bed knitting it, it looked grey, but then if you put it next to like my top, something brown,
Yeah.
it looks really
awesome.
warm. It's like a real adaptable colour. Yeah. And then which one next? Why not this guy? So that is Yeovil Sour.
Which is great. I like sour.
And it's a blue, but it's got quite a lot of like warm tones in there.
Yeah, nice.
And a lot of neutrals, so it's like a kind of turquoise colour, but it's not like real in your face.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit turquoiser in real life than it's coming on camera. Notoriously hard to
Do turquoises,
Yeah.
isn't it? And then this other one that's a little bit darker, this is more of a punchy kind of teal, I would say. And this is Tom Putt.
which is very fun as well.
Most of our yarn ranges have got a colour like this. It's
Yeah.
either like teal knit by numbers,
gosh.
or dimity,
It's just drawn all over, isn't it?
or blue spruce.
Yeah.
We love them, and I know a lot of you folks seem to love it as well. And this actually is looking like it might be a lot of people's favourite.
Ooh.
Yeah,
green
which I
grey.
wouldn't have guessed.
Nice.
But it is a yummy colour, and I think it's just really wearable, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
the kind of thing that,
definitely.
like, who wouldn't want a sweater in that colour,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that's really nice.
And that is Billy Down Pippin, so it's another really adorable name.
Yeah, so cute. I imagine a little boy running down the harbour wall with a little basket of apples.
Oh! Oh, his granny's gonna make him a apple cake, apple crumble.
Oh.
Yum. So then the last four even, last but not least, gosh, so many colours, 20, isn't it? The last ones are all these just like neutrals, because sometimes, especially when there's crazy ones like that,
Actually, what you need is just
a chill zone.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you need like a nice background for all those other crazy colours to pop. So this darkest one, this is the one you have done your...
my scarf and my hat.
Yeah, scarf and hat set in, which we'll show folks in a little bit.
Yeah, that one's really nice. I think that one is super classy and understated, actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed knitting with it because it's definitely got brown in it, right?
Yeah.
But it's really hidden.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
And then there's Dabinette.
That's just a lovely grey.
And that's just a real kind of mid-tone grey.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just goes with everything. And then it's got a little pale friend called Hoary Morning, so it's like proper frosty, this one.
It is frosty.
It's kind of similar to Mizzle in Exmoor Stock.
Yeah, which is a grey.
If folks, oh look, there's a little bit of
hay.
Little bit of hay in there. A little bit of the moor still in there. And this one again, it's got a bit of brown, which is quite nice because it means it works well with like both a warmer tone or like a cooler tone. So that's why I put a bit of those browns.
Yeah, it's like you thought about it.
It is. Oh, it is.
That's good. Some
Only
plans.
for about 4 months or something. It does take a while. And then this lovely shade is Fair Maid. And it's quite buttery, really. It's quite a warm, kind of creamy.
It's not white, and that's the natural, isn't it? Completely natural, undyed, undone, nothing to it.
Yeah, just as it comes off the sheep's back.
Yeah.
After a wash.
yeah. A little bit of processing in between.
Exactly. After you guys have all done your magic on it. So many colours.
We would love to know what favourites you've had in this.
Yeah, pop us a note in the comments and let us know which one your favourite is. If you're a Mill member, then it is up on the Mill member site already. But if not, it'll come out in about a week's time.
Woohoo! For the open weekend.
Oh my days!
So now that we've shown you guys the Appledore in all its resplendence, do you want to have a look at some patterns?
Yeah, to go with. Very nice, aren't they? Looking forward to sharing these with you.
So, because the yarn is launching next weekend, OVS, the patterns needed some patterns to go with it. So, we will show those to you now.
Yeah.
And they will all come with kits. And you can either buy the kit or you can buy the pattern by itself. And let's
awesome.
Take it away, Frankie.
Go look at some colours.
So, because we've got the open weekend coming, of course, and that is when we're launching the Appledore, we thought it would be amazing to have a pattern, like a kit, that offers every single mini skein. There's 20 colours of Appledore, so all 20 mini skeins. And when thinking about what kind of project you could make, obviously it's got to be a blanket. So
much fun.
I love it, actually.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun to knit it. So we've got my version, which is knitted, because that's what I do. And then lovely Faye has made a crochet version as well, the Bushel blanket. So there's a crochet one and a knitted one, and it was just like a great way of using one mini skein of every single one of those gorgeous Appledore colours.
It's fab to see how they all work together, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. No, and I had so much fun. So I'll just bring it in, and it's a fair old size.
Yeah, that's a good little
It is. The patterns also got a both mine and Faye's come in like this smaller kind of lap blanket version, and then a proper double bedspread version. Have to say those ones have not been made, so you'll have to use your imagination.
That's a year-long project.
Exactly. And then that's 2 mini skeins of each but I'll show you properly in a close-up. But the way I made it is it's all these squares. So you knit one square using 6 different colours, and they're all made like little log cabin squares.
Yes.
And then you just sew them all up at the end.
That makes a little less sewing then.
Exactly. So there's less sewing than there could be, and it's quite nice because one square is quite a manageable kind of a project, and it ends up being about this big. And then it's just when you're putting the border on that you get that like monster thing that, you know, you want to be sitting somewhere cool while you're knitting it, because you're basically under the blanket while you're putting the border on. But by the time you've done all those squares, it will be winter anyway, let's face it.
Yeah, true. And then it's just all garter stitch, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So the whole thing is garter stitch. But yeah, I'm super chuffed with it.
Yes.
And I have never, confession, I've never successfully finished a blanket before in my life. Hurrah! Thank you. Yeah, I've started a lot of blankets, but then it's like you always sort of, in the past, have run out of steam.
Yeah.
But I think it was the fact that every single one of the squares you could pick a brand new colour combination.
So achievable, those little bite sizes.
Yeah. It just kept my interest going. So I'll show you. I've also done a cushion version.
Oh, nice.
And the cushion is super cute.
That is super cute.
So it's just a giant version of one of those log cabins. So you start here, and then you just keep kind of adding one on. Yeah, little cushion.
Love it.
And then it's just got some nice buttons along the back. And that's all scrunchy garter as well.
That's definitely gift knitting, I think. That's a good gift knit.
Without a doubt. And I think it's really not very much yarn in the cushion at all. So you could, you know, crank that out a lot quicker than the blanket, let's say. So what we'll do is give you a little close-up of both of those, and then show you Faye's gorgeous blanket and cushion as well. So there's the crochet version, and then there's also the knitted version, and we will have kits for both available as part of all the myriad of open weekend excitement. So here is my blanket all close up, and oh my days, do I love this thing.
Yeah, I love it too.
It's so fun. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of show you how each square is made. So you start right here in the little middle one, and it's just 8 rows of like garter bumps, so 16 rows, and then you change colour, you do another, and then you cast off, and then you go this way.
Ooh.
And then you cast off, and then you go that way.
What, as in you pick the stitches up?
Yeah,
cool.
Exactly. And then you go that way, and then you go all along here, and then this time you don't change colour, and you go all the way along there.
Oh yeah.
So
I hadn't noticed that.
every square is edged in that like L shape.
Oh yes.
So every colour has got one little L, and then the L's kind of alternate, because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of how you make it. So it's quite a manageable little, I found it took me about an hour and a half to make one square.
So you can definitely get a couple of those done a night. Maybe.
Yeah, at the beginning, and then you might slow down to one a week.
Yeah.
If you're me.
Yeah.
The other thing that's quite nice is in the pattern for this guy, I give you, for anyone who's not familiar with split splicing, it's a very good technique because it means you have way less ends to weave in. Yeah. So there's some instructions on how to do that, and it means you only get 2 ends on each little square. So you have 1 end at the beginning and 1 at the end.
Excellent.
And I'll just flip it over, and you can see. It's always nice to see the wrong side.
It is,
isn't it?
Especially when it's so tidy.
Wow. There was quite a lot of sewing up to do at the end, I will say.
That comes with the territory, I think.
Yeah, and actually it's very satisfying. So then, once you've sewn up all those squares, you've just got a bit more of a log cabin for the edging. And I chose dark grey, but again, the kits, there'll be other options as well if you fancy a more colourful scenario. Why not? But I chose a nice dark grey just to ground it all.
That is that gorgeous grey.
Yeah, it's the same one you picked.
Yeah, it's a good one.
See, that's what happens, isn't it? You make a million different amazing crazy colours and then actually
everyone picks grey.
You just want the grey. And then it's just finished with this nice clean I-cord as well.
That must have taken a little while.
Oh man, did it. I think that was like maybe just like a whole kind of half a week of just doing I-cord. Yeah. But it's worth it for the nice neat finish, I reckon.
Totally agree. I love I-cord.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
It's quite a guzzler as well. So this kit, I used a little bit more yarn than Faye did. So it's one of every mini. And then it's 2 skeins of the border, just because it was such a crazy colour party that I thought having quite a large border to ground it is nice. And then I also made a little made a cushion. So here she is.
She's lovely.
She's super nice.
I love the colours you've chosen.
Oh, thank you. It reminds me of like the moors a little bit, like heather, and then like the sea you get on Exmoor, getting a bit wistful. This is the sky on a sort of cloudy but also sunny day.
We've had one of those today.
Yeah. So this, again, you start here and you just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's an amazingly satisfying thing, a log cabin. Like
I've never
motif.
done one.
I hadn't done one, and it's so much fun because it's really modular. You kind of build it as you go, so you're never working all that much.
Yeah, yeah.
And each time it's just like another 8
and
kind
you
of
can decide what you want to do. Like, you don't have to plan.
No, exactly. You just make it up as you go along, which was the appeal to me.
Yeah, I think that's such an adventure. I love doing that.
So I like spaced my colours out evenly on the cushion, but you could also like not do that and make it your own and really play around. I also think if you bought the blanket kit, you'd actually have enough leftover odds and sods to just be able to make the cushion
and that would be a perfect match then, wouldn't it?
Exactly. And then the back, again, I just went for nice, simple, kind of dark grey, pay hembury garter stitch, and I'll undress her again.
It's a nice flap you've got there.
Little flap. Little I-cord again on the flap to make it nice and neat. And again, with the I-cord cast off, that kind of makes the buttons for you. You just do a bit of normal I-cord rather than an I-cord cast off. And then it's just seamed kind of up the side here.
Oh, yeah.
So you're almost making like kind of like a very thick, quite narrow scarf.
Yeah.
Like you make a square and then you just add a bit on one side, add a bit on the other side, and then zip, zam, zoom, sew it all up.
Awesome. It's lovely.
Cheers, my dears. I am quite chuffed with it. I think I might take it home.
Yeah.
Have it on my favourite chair. That's what I might do with it.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. Oh, and shout out, before I continue, shout out to lovely Maggie of Textile Garden.
Oh, yeah.
Whose buttons are always amazing.
She is the best button provider.
She is the button queen.
Yeah, they're lovely.
This is one of the saddest things about not being able to go to shows
I know,
anymore.
I completely agree.
Is not going and seeing Maggie and her amazing array of buttons. But that's fine. We've got the internet.
Yeah, and the future. Hopefully.
And the future.
Okay, so dare I say, as the weather is getting a little warmer, I decided to design a hat and a scarf in the lovely Appledore double knitting.
It's just what you need in the summer in the UK these
Exactly.
days.
It's true, especially by the coast. It's still just freezing all the time.
And hailing.
Yeah,
we had
random
hail the other day.
Random assortments of weather all in one day. That's the beauty of it. So with the Appledore range, I know it's like loosely based on apples, but we also have a lovely little village on the coast called Appledore here in North Devon. So I went that kind of route instead, and traditionally back in the day their Gansey stitch was a double moss stitch. So what I have done here is utilise that texture, but also I have done some like garter stripes as well, which I think remind me of the harbour in Lynmouth and all those rusty ladders that you need to escape off your boat, as well as adding some kind of lichen inspired funky stripes too. So yeah, matching hat and scarf.
Nice.
Yeah, and so it's really simple because it's literally only knits and pearls. Hat's done in the round, this is done flat, and I just think it would be really fun coming up with your colour combinations for what you might like.
Well, that texture's beautiful as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and it shows. I know I've been told many times you're not supposed to knit texture in dark colours, but I can't stop. I like it. I think it creates like a little hidden secret.
Those rules are made to be broken, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So this is Payhembury, the colour, and Wimple Wonder, and Spicy Pippin, and Honeystone. Golden Knob, sorry.
We looked it up, and Honeyspin wasn't actually an apple variety at all.
I've tried so hard.
Someone just made it up in their brain, so we renamed them.
And there is no problem with that. Yes, so it doesn't use much of each of the colours for the whole set.
So you could just get away with one mini for all of the
contrasts? Definitely. I think it was 2 for the scarf, 1 for the hat of the main colour, and then just 1 mini if you wanted, because it's literally only a small stripe, isn't it? Yeah. Also great for like scraps as well, which I love doing.
Definitely. And we will have kits when it comes out.
Kits galore.
Kits for the open weekend.
Yeah.
Appledore kits.
Looking forward to that.
So you're going to pick some colours?
Yes, colour combos.
Yeah.
Love it.
So.
Be fab. Hopefully it'll be too hot to wear the hat by the open day. But you never know. So here I thought I would show you just a little close-up of my hat and scarf set, which is called Offshore. Okay, so there you go, here's the hat. So this is quite a short, it's probably more a cap really, but I've given it a treble brim.
Whoa, shut the front door.
Treble.
Whoa.
They were my hidden ends.
It wouldn't be a Frankie sample if it didn't have a couple of unwoven ends.
I think life is too short sometimes. Those ones are hidden behind the trebbed brim, so it's fine. But this is definitely good for coastal walking, I would say.
Yeah, it must be super cosy.
Yeah, really warm. And
no earache.
As I said earlier, the texture of the Appledore traditional Gansey and my kind of take on the brickwork and ladders of Lynmouth Harbour.
Beauty. Can we have a little closer?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to bring it closer
so this
to the
is
camera so
the
we can
nice
see all that
like
texture?
This one's on a bigger needle than the hat, so it's much more flowy. It's got a lovely drape to it actually, and I do love how like is crispy a negative word?
It's like sturdy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It definitely has a bit of crispness, but it just feels like something that's just going to get softer and softer for like years.
Yeah, I think so, and I can just tell it's going to wear really well, which is very exciting. Lovely. And the hat knit on slightly smaller needles.
I'm so into this colour combo you've got.
Yeah, it's really
here.
fun, isn't it? Really fun. I love the bright. It's like almost luminescent. Safety first.
Yeah, I mean, it's good if you're on your bike or walking home at night from the pub in the dark.
Definitely.
Up those crazy Lynmouth roads.
Definitely, up those hills. Yeah, it's lovely. And then just a simple half-twisted rib on the end I thought was a nice little finishing touch for it.
Beauty.
Yeah, love it. I just want to do all the matching things now.
It's nice to set, isn't it?
I love matching.
It reminds me of being like a little kid again.
Definitely.
You know, sort of like...
Give me matching mittens, a matching jumper.
Yeah.
You never know.
Hi, I'm Helena. I'm here to show you about a new pattern that I've made in Appledore. And these little mittens I've done, they are in the pig snout pink, the quench sort of pale rainbow colour, the slack McGirdle purple, and then the Ellis bitter purple.
Ooh, I like
That's
that
nice. If it's cold.
Yeah.
So they're quite good because obviously it's a nice cosy DK, but because of the way it's done with the stitching, if you have a look on the inside, you've got double thickness.
Yes, nice.
So they're super warm, and then you've got the folded over cuff, which is here, which again, you can flip up to keep your fingers warm. So you can still use your phone, your fingers are sticking out. There we go. So yeah, I was trying to find something that had a sort of fade effect thing and decided to go through the pink purple spectrum. So
because why would you not?
Yeah. And the slack McGirdle, because it's a sort of slightly mental purple colour that's got every colour in it, actually works as a very good colour.
It does, yeah.
This one here that fits in between the pink and the purple.
Yeah, lovely.
So, yeah, it's a fairly straightforward, simple pattern with just swapping over your colours and a little tiny bit of decreasing down from the thumb, and it's just in 3 sections. You've got purple and a pink. Nice and straightforward, and these will be available in 2 different sizes, adults, medium and large.
Amazing. And you will help Sonja pick some colour combos, I
Yeah,
assume.
for kids.
Yes, we're going to come up with lots of fun little colour combos for these as well.
Awesome. Look forward to seeing them.
Bye.
So now we're going to go over to Astrid, and she is going to show you her sweater Luca, which is just, it's like a sensation of stripes. It's
Gorgeous.
got a little bit of colour blocking, stripy sleeves. It's great.
Cool. I look forward to hearing more from her.
So, yeah, sending you over there now.
Hello, I'm Astrid and I am Knit for Passion, and today I want to show you my sweater Luca. Luca is knitted in the brand new yarn Appledore. It's a casual jumper and can be worn every day. The clean and straightforward design with the fancy stripes makes it perfect for all gender alike. I have used 4 colors, which allows you to choose some of the wonderful variants of Appledore. The jumper is a simple and quick knit. It starts bottom up and is separate at the underarm. The front and back are finished separately. After closing the shoulder seam, stitches are picked up for the sleeves. The sleeves are knitted in the rounds towards to the cuff. Finally, Luca receives a tubular collar. The jumper is a joy to knit and to wear. I wish you always happy knitting and look forward to seeing many different variations.
So next I want to tell you about my cardigan. I'm so chuffed with it.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. I've spent a very long time writing the pattern up and knitting away and then being like, oh no, that's not right, taking it all apart, knitting again, so
Good.
it's good.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with it. It's called Sweet Alford.
Lovely.
And that is just another kind of apple. I just sort of
Gone with the theme.
kept with the apple theme. Why not? So yeah, it's called Sweet Alford, and the whole idea behind it was like getting that cable to go all along the button band there.
Lovely.
And
Good
then
detail.
it actually goes all the way up and
yeah.
around at the back as well. So yeah, and then you start at the bottom and knit up, and then do the sleeves, and then kind of put it all together in the yoke, and it's just quite easy because it's like a raglan decrease. So hopefully nothing too complicated, because really it's just about that beautiful cable.
Yeah, the
and
cables and the sleeves.
this
so
little cable
nice.
detail as well. Yeah, and it's just, I think all that texture, the Appledore, it's quite it doesn't have like the strongest stitch definition, but I really like that kind of more rustic
Yeah, me too.
like feel to it. You can do the texture and it just feels really like soft and a bit lived in and sort of gentle. Yeah, so
yeah,
and then it
beautiful.
buttons up, of course. I decided to make, because these days I'm all about lounging around the house in my comfy clothes, so I decided to make one with quite a lot of ease. I think I've got about 8 inches of ease in my sample.
Nice.
But you could, of course, do, I think, like 2 is kind of standard. So
yeah, that would be nice, like smart cardi,
yeah,
wouldn't it?
definitely. It does have a bit of waist shaping in there, so you could, you know, make a smaller size, and then it would be a much more fitted affair, without
I like
a
the
doubt.
sound of that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm making another one in the crazy pink colour, so I'm going to have a crazy pig snout one as well. That's going to
love
be
pig
quite
snout.
fitted. Good old pig snout.
That's one of the cutest names, for sure.
Isn't it? For sure. Yeah, so I'll give you a little close-up of all of those details. So here is my Sweet Alford cardigan. A little close-up. And
the texture looks fabulous.
oh, it's gorgeous. It's that double moss is what it's called, isn't it? So knit one, purl one, alternating, and it's just that real nice texture, but the cable still pops against it. And then it's a little bit of 2x2 rib.
Yeah, nice.
And then 1x1 on the button band. Shout out to Maggie again on the buttons.
Yeah, hey Maggie.
And then it's a V-neck, as you can see.
That's good.
And I just thought, keep it nice and simple with a bit of raglan shaping.
Yeah, I do love a raglan.
Why not? And yeah, then there's also, just because it's quite a nice little detail, there's a bit of that rib, 1x1 rib, just in the middle there. And that partially is just to keep it a bit more fun while you're knitting it. If the whole thing is the same all the way around.
I don't often knit a stocking stitch thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the close-up of all of those. And this is just a 6 stitch kind of cable. And then you can see there it is at the back.
Yeah, that's a lovely touch, isn't it?
So if anyone's ever done like a shawl with like a knitted on edging or a casted off edging, it's just that exact same technique, except I've used it around the neckband.
Nice.
There. And
that's your texture, lovely.
that colour is just so good.
Interesting, I think.
I love it.
Beautiful.
So there we are.
And here we are. We're going to send you over to Emily K. Williams, who has done quite a few designs with our yarn now. Always knocks it out of the park with her beautiful colour work. So here she is going to show you a couple of hats she's done in the new Appledore range.
Hi, it's Emily Williams here, and welcome to my little studio in Inverness. This is where I do most of my design work. Sonja's asked me just to hop on and say a few words about the design I'll be releasing in a couple of weeks' time, which is the Torbreck hat. It's named Torbreck after my friend's apple orchard. It seemed really fitting given the theme of the yarn names. And when Sonja asked me to design it and sent over the colour card, and I saw that there were mini skeins, I immediately thought it would be really fun to do some colour work. You can do something small and not break the bank having to buy 5 different 100-gram skeins. So the colours. The first colourway, the one that I'm wearing, is basically all of my favourite colours together. These are my leftovers. So I'm the yellow, golden knob, which is just really funny, is glorious, and especially this darker teal, that's my happy colour place. So this is, I mean, if you've ever looked at any of my designs, these colours crop up all the time. I love them and I wear them all the time. And then the second colourway is a little bit less of my comfort zone. There's this one here, I'll hold it the right way up. And this one is actually really appley, especially if you look at the trees that are just in blossom. So there's this glorious dark purpley brown, and then the golden knob is actually really similar to the colour of the brand new leaves, and a bit of pink for the blossom. So I actually, my first swatch, I actually thought that I was losing the ability to knit nice even colour work. It was really crinkly and the yarn's quite willful, but so I just knit a little bit and then I blocked it and it was transformed into this really lovely cohesive fabric. So I would definitely say if you're knitting with this and you're happy to swatch, make sure you block it. And if you're not going to swatch, maybe think about washing the yarn in the skein before you knit with it. Otherwise it would be quite easy to pick the wrong needle size because it does really change when you block it. So the hat shape is again, one of my favourite little hat shapes. There's a little bit of slouch and a pom-pom just to keep the top neat and stop it sticking up too much. It means that when it's really cold and windy and disgusting like it is today, you can put it right down over your ears and keep yourself totally warm. Thanks very much for watching, and I can't wait to see what colours people choose to make the hat out of. Bye!
So here we have Bushel blanket.
Oh my god!
Isn't it amazing?
Let me just zoom down. Beautiful.
Lovely. And that uses one of every mini skein. And I think she's utilised, oh sorry, this is by Faye Desper Hughes, completely forgot to say that, Faye, sorry.
Lovely, Faye.
It's glorious. I really like the reflection in the mirror imagery on either side of the blanket and the order in which she's done the colours. It looks so good. It's a really good way to show off all 20 of the colours. And then we also have the Bushel cushion cover, which is fabulous. That obviously uses much less, but that's very nice and tonal. I like those.
I think she's got Sweet Coppin and Ellis Bitter and Slack McGirdle are the three she's used.
Is that a different? No, that is, yeah, just 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely. And I love the that lovely crochet trim. Obviously it's all crochet, but it's beautiful. And so we're going to pass you over to Faye, who is going to tell us lots more about it.
Hello, my name's Faye from Faye Hughes Designs, and I am a crochet and knitwear designer, and I wanted to show you a little bit about my latest design which I've done for John Urban Textiles, and it's called the Bushel blanket. It's using their newest wool, which is called Appledore, and it comes in 20 amazing shades, and it's a really beautiful blend of Devon Close wool, Romney and Exmoor Blueface, and it's got a lovely soft crunch to it which really lends itself to beautiful stitch definition for crochet. And what I've done is taken every single one of those mini skeins that they do, so 20 colours, and they're all sold in 100 grams and 25 gram mini skeins, and I've used the mini skeins, one of each, within this blanket, and with another 100 grams for the border. Look at those colours, they are just amazing. Love them. And it's one of those projects that it's just a two row repeat, and it's really simple, but it's one in each colour, and so it's one of those where you're just like, just another colour, I'll just add another colour in and just let me get to another colour. It's one of those. So it's a really lovely fan stitch which gives it this slightly open lacy texture, and also I've done it with a back loop only, so you get quite a nice almost wave on it. It's almost like when you're down on the beach and the sand has got that pattern. That's what I was trying to reflect with this. And the colours are just so nicely heathered that they blend really beautifully from one into the next. So the way that I've done it is that you work up one side with half of your mini skein and then you mirror it out for the other side. Now if you're not that au fait with crochet, or you think that you're still at a beginner level, then this is actually quite an easy pattern to do. And as long as you can follow instructions, then you'll be alright. Also, I know that a lot of knitters recently have started crocheting, so this would be another one for you. This one, however, is off to get a bath and go and get blocked, and then while that is drying, I'm going to be starting on a Bushel cushion cover as well, because I thought that it would look really lovely on a settee if you had the blanket and a couple of cushions to match. But rather than doing them in all of the colours, I have pulled them down into 3 colours of Appledore. And so I have got Ellis Bitter, Sweet Coppin and Slack Magardle, which sounds particularly good in a Scottish accent. And I think Slack Magardle deserves all the prizes for like the best wool name ever. Love them. The beauty is that so many of these colours blend well together, so you could almost go across the range and pick 3 colours and they'll work together because of all of the gorgeous heathering that you've got in there. I mean, look at that. This has got yellow in it, like green, like all the sunset colours. This to me is like the dusky sunset. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's what's going on my hook next. So more about that shortly. But for now, Bushel blanket is off for a bit of a soak and some nice wool wash. So that is my Bushel cushion finished. You can see that I've used 3 colours: Slack Magardle, Ellis Bitter, no, Sweet Coppin, and Ellis Bitter. And I think they look wonderful together. I love particularly how when you come up to the border you get this kind of striped sunset effect. And I've added just 3 little vintage buttons onto the back. You can add 5 if you prefer. But I had 3 of these and I thought they were perfect for the cushion. And the pad is a 42cm pad, so it's got a couple of centimetres of negative ease in there. So you've just got a really nice squishy cushion. And I like how the cushion I've used is white, cushion pad, and I like how it's showing up and showing the lace work of the crochet technique and the fan stitch, shell stitch that I've used. So that is the Bushel cushion. That is now finished and it's been blocked and looks fab. And I have also finished off my blanket. It smells lovely because I washed it with wool wash. But again, now that it's blocked, you can see how well the lace work is coming out. Blocking is like a magic wand and it really makes the most out of your things. And look at these colours, they are just so good together. I love how it mirrors out, and that the dufflin colour that I've used for the border, it kind of incorporates most of the colours that are within each of the stripes, which is why I've used it for the border. Just kept to a really simple border because you've got so much detail in this shell stitch and with the back loop only stitches as well. So just wanted to keep to a really plain and simple border, and that's what we've got. So this is the lap blanket size. You can see it's still quite large. This is about 118 by 115, something like that. And within the pattern, you've actually got another option to make a bigger size, which will be the same width as this. So you will get this width because you do the same number of stitches, but it will be almost double the length. So it will actually fit on the bottom of a double bed, where you could use it for a throw over your sofa or your settee, whatever you want to put it over. So you've got 2 blanket size options within that, and then the cushion option too. I have loved working in Appledore. It's really nice to work with. It feels textured and it's got character to it, and it crochets really nicely. The stitch definition that you get from it, you can see, is just wonderful. I think the colour palette and the tweediness of it is gorgeous, and yeah, it's just been a delight to work with, and the fact that it's grown and spun in Britain is also lovely. So that is it. These are the bushels. I hope you enjoy making them as much as I've enjoyed designing them.
Here we have Faye's incredible Bushel crochet blanket, which is just so gorgeous. I love the crochet. Definitely need to do more crochet. Every time I see one of Faye's patterns, just makes me want to just crochet more.
That shell stitch though, is so beautiful. Good, isn't it?
It's lovely. And this uses one of every single mini from Appledore plus one big skein for the edging, because obviously that has to go around quite a lot on this. There's that crazy pixel colour again. It's really fun. Beautiful. And then again you can see how nicely the colours all play together in like whatever order you put them in.
I like that little pale section she's got in there.
I like the pale section too. Yeah. And then the oil slick multicolour on the outside.
Dufflin!
Beautiful. And she has also done us a matching cushion in the same stitch, but just using 3 of the Appledore minis. And I just love this edging. It's really nice. Really nice.
And those big shiny buttons.
Yeah, the shiny buttons are great. And that's got a nice...
Ooh, are you taking its clothes off?
And by the looks of it, you don't even really have to do a buttonhole because it comes with inbuilt.
Oh, the shell stitch is a buttonhole. That's clever, isn't it?
Oh, nice feather cushion. There you go. It's lovely, isn't it? Personally, beautiful. I am dreaming of putting a purple velvet inner cushion in.
So you can see that peeking through.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
That would be a very classy situation.
Yeah, that would be lovely on my fancy sofa by the fireplace, I'm imagining.
Lovely. I love that. It's so nice and tidy and neat as well, isn't it?
It is.
And it's a much more manageable, kind of smaller project, like we were saying.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Because the blankets come in a couple of sizes, don't they?
Yeah. And we will have kits for the blankets, and then of course kits for the cushions, and we've chosen a couple other different colour combos for the cushion as well.
Excellent.
Because of course it doesn't use all of them.
Yeah. So with it being our mill open weekend, albeit virtually, we still thought we'd bring you some special yarns. So exciting. We're going to give you a deep look into these and tell you all about them. Very exciting.
And all these mill open weekend specials will all go on sale at 5:30 on Friday the 4th of June.
Woohoo!
So set your alarm clock if you're interested
us
in any of them.
And because it's the John Alban Textiles 20th anniversary, isn't it? So
what could be better than that?
It's a special one. We're sad that you can't all make it, obviously, because, you know, COVID.
Yeah.
But hopefully next year.
Yeah. Plus, I think we're always going to do these virtual shows because this way people who wouldn't be able to come physically can
Definitely.
join in all the...
Which is so great. It's opened it up to
Exactly.
lots more people too.
Yeah.
And we've really enjoyed doing our vlogging, so
I'm getting into the swing of it now. I was a little shy at first.
definitely
And it's-
awkward.
It's nice to hear you guys are enjoying our crazy faces. So what we'll do is we'll show you a little close-up of all of these beautiful limited delition delights.
Yeah, I
Limited
like that.
edition delights.
I like that a lot.
And we don't quite have the tops yet, because at the time of filming, John has not made the tops yet, but they will all come with matching tops friends
Which is exciting
for
isn't
the
it? For the spinners and the felters.
amongst you. Exactly. So here's a little sneaky peek of them. So here are our Mill Marls, and they are gorgeous.
They are super gorgeous.
You reckon? So they are both 4-ply,
Yeah,
aren't they?
two folds, yeah.
2 folds. And this one here is ever so subtle.
It's really subtle, but
But
you can definitely see it
It's
closer.
so dreamy, and that is a blend of pale grey, our Exmoor's Warples base,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's also blended with this lovely kind of lavendery blue shade in our Devonia base. So we've spun up one of each, and then you've plied them together, Frankie.
Yeah, on Mr. Boyd.
And then you can see
This one's spectacular.
I'm gonna need a jumbo quantity of this, I tell you.
I think everyone upstairs wants one.
It's so nice.
It is. The way you can see with this one especially the blue and the purpley reds running through that one strand is fabulous.
Yeah. So any that we haven't taken for ourselves, we'll put up for you guys at the open weekend.
Yeah, and that's a
So
special,
you
isn't
can
it?
see there. I mean, that one's just so beautiful. I think it would be really nice to kind of have them striped together as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like
lovely.
that's really beautiful.
They're so like
effect.
mauvey grey.
It's really just, it's a very sophisticated kind of a scenario, isn't
is.
it?
Gorgeous.
Beautiful. And these, I think, are going to be one of the things in our special Mill Open Weekend kits.
They are
As
indeed.
well. So there's those. And then what have we got next?
Oh, let's go and have a look.
Next up, we have these gorgeous Knit by Numbers darks.
Whoa.
Midnight
Stop
Knit
the
by
press.
Numbers. Oh my god. So this was actually some amazing person on Instagram back along when we were making new Knit by Numbers colours was like, actually what I want is for you to blend the base colour with blacks.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa,
Great
that had
shout.
literally never occurred to us. And we've got to do it for some reason. So here you can see
It's quite amazing.
these are the
isn't it?
base colours.
They're the normal deepest of those
Exactly.
shades.
So here is bright cherry red, and then this is with a little bit of the black, and then this is like full
Loads of black.
loads of black. And then the same here is our teal, which is, I mean, that's quite a dark colour for our Knit by Numbers anyway.
That's a
But-
blend, isn't it?
But it's so gorgeous. And then we went for purple as well, so you can really, and these are just as special for the open weekend, so like all of them, maybe, you know,
You never know.
but the problem is we'd have to double it, so then there'd be like
Yeah.
200
Oh wow. if
and
you did it
something
to all of
colours.
them.
So let's not think about that because it might make
but
us
imagine the
keel over
grass
sideways.
green.
It would be nice.
Grass green dark would be amazing.
So hopefully you like these guys, and if you do like them, we might sort of do it again in future. And one thing that's quite nice is that top Knit by Numbers colour sits really beautifully in there with a little fade
Yeah.
as well.
So you can see here on the reds.
Yeah, the reds are gorgeous.
Yeah, and you could make a really nice like multicolour stripy thing, or like one of Faye's loft kits, or they're quite a nice little transition. Or you could get the whole gradient in the other direction and make like a monster kind of stripy thing.
Wowza.
Whoa. So how about that for a fade?
Yeah, love it. Yeah, that's so good.
So I will say it's only in the 4-ply, the dark colours, just because we had to draw the line somewhere, and that is where we drew it. But boy, oh boy, they are beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Why don't you tell us a bit about this one then, Frankie?
Oh my goodness, the absolute miles of madness.
You've been making all of these, haven't you?
Yes, these are so much fun. Well, Laura downstairs was, I think, in charge of doing the blending of the singles. So we've got some photos of the singles that we'll show you to kind of make you understand how it sits on the cone and how the bobbin and how it was spun. We then mulled the bananas colours together to make double bananas. But it's just these, so obviously we've got 2 different ranges. So this one has come out much more uniform, although you can see there's definitely different greener bits and bluer bits, definitely. But this one, we've gone from the extremes of very bright pink to very bright green.
Yeah, like a mint, and then there's these sort of yellowy ones in between as well.
Amazing. It's really cool. But because they were all spun together and they've all been blended together and folded together, you won't get like a break of colour in your skein. And when I've been busy scanning them this morning, I've made sure to join similar colours together. So if you get one skein, it's going to be fine all the way through. You're not going to get a random colour change. But I would definitely suggest striping, probably. So like if you were to buy 5, you might get,
you might almost end up with your own little like fade kit or something as well.
And I think that will definitely work fadey because there is actually all the same colours in it, all of them.
Yeah, they're just incredible. I'm completely in awe of them. I mean, I love this one's like a kind of crazy party.
It is.
Shall we open the skeins up and
definitely.
show people a proper close-up? So this is this year's version of our mill mulls, and so they're just made using all of the like odds and ends.
It's probably the best recycling project.
And this is something super special that we only do for our open weekend. So we're really excited to kind of show it to you.
Yeah, but it's super cool because obviously with everything there's leftovers of like little bits of tops that didn't make it to the finished yarn. So we save them up all year, and this is what we've come up with this year.
For the open weekends.
Yeah.
And these, I have to say, if you want them, get in there quick, because we obviously, because of the nature of it, we've only made a limited amount, and once it's gone, it's gone.
This is never repeatable.
Yeah. This is, I don't know, what are we calling these 2 colours?
I
don't know if they've got names
yet. They don't.
But there's this like peachy, greeny shade.
I actually think they look like, when they were all hung up by the skein winder earlier, they look like stewed rhubarb.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
they
gorgeous.
Definitely do.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can go for some kind of rhubarby name. So here are all those like bluey greens.
It's like a sea.
It is like a sea, that's what I was going to say. It's like the Mediterranean or something, isn't it, Frankie?
On a nice day.
Oh, if you're a bit ambitious maybe. But on a nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
they
are
are
lovely.
gorgeous.
Very classy.
I think they look so nice with like a solid colour as well. It just really grounds them. If you're kind of thinking, oh, I love that, but actually I don't know what I'd do with
It's
it.
a bit intense.
Yeah, using it in a bit of colour work with like a more solid colour, I think could be the way to go.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's what I might do with my
And I
skeins.
love that bottle green.
And this is 43, which is knit by numbers bottle green. So, but yeah, I mean, there's probably lots of options. Even just a straight grey might be super scrumptious as well.
Yeah.
So, hopefully you enjoyed, and you're just as excited about all those specials as we are. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Do you have a fave, Frankie?
I just would love to see how that rhubarby coloured marl comes out. I would, very interested in that. But then in the same breath, I like the purple marl.
All the marls are really stunning, aren't they?
Don't make me choose. That's too much.
And like those dark knit by numbers
I know.
as well. It is too much. We've made too many nice things. And the Appledore.
I know.
And I should say we've actually got one more amazing, spectacular thing that's not ready again at the time of filming. But we are going to have some hand dyed Appledore too.
This is exciting.
So lovely. So there's going to be 4 colours. And it is Lola of Third Vault Yarns, who has worked some amazing, like, bright, saturated Technicolor magic.
Glitter, aren't they?
Yeah, they're so. Especially one of them is like a real kind of ombre.
Yeah.
Inspired by dragon fruit. And
fab.
it is nice.
And Becky from River Knits as well. Which we've worked with a couple of times, and she always does some really exciting things.
So we are, I think, any day now awaiting like big old boxes of incredible hand-dyed yarn that we can dive into. But they haven't quite arrived yet, but we shall show you those on the interwebs and other means. And then the other thing that I should say about the specials is they are all, other than the hand-dyed, they're all £17.50. So I know you like to know what price things are when you're factoring it into the planning. So we just thought everything's £17.50, then it's just less stress.
Makes sense.
And on the other open weekend topic, we are planning lots and lots of like fab live events and Zooms. We're going to be going live on Instagram.
Try and make it a bit interactive for you so you all feel like you came.
Exactly. And then we've also, John's doing a mill tour. He's having a chat with Andrew.
Lovely
you
Andrew.
and I are going to be going through all the specials again in detail on Zoom. And then we've got a little pub quiz and a bit of a
Friday
silly
night
party.
Pub quiz, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
Friday
gonna be
night
great.
party. We're going to have a little cocktail maybe to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
So we hope you'll join us for that. That's just going to be like
Join us for
some
cheers.
real silly fun. And I think Juliet and John said they might dig out some like old photos.
There's some crackers.
Delve into the archives.
Knit by numbers used to look, quite frankly, terrifying.
So I can't wait for that 20 years of John Arvin Textiles history. And then the other thing that we're going to be doing as well is like a virtual show and tell. And really that's just to like celebrate all of you guys watching this and really thank you. So we would love for you all to just like get everyone on a Zoom together and just show off those amazing things you've all been making, you know?
That is one of the biggest things we miss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shows. And we do that every year, don't we, where you bring the item that you've made to the open weekend, normally me, taking a photo,
you're on the booth,
give you a raffle ticket, and then John does his picking out the winners. And that's such a lovely way, because I love it when you bring whips or things that are really old, or like you're modelling them, or your kid or your partner. It's lovely to see.
Yeah, like, and we get so many like amazing range of different stuff, like little like needle felted animals.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought about at first,
like
yeah.
there was someone who'd like bound a notebook, or like tons of amazing crochet and weaving and spinning and knitting, of course. So it's so like magical and rewarding to see all those different things. Of course, if you just want to come along and you're feeling a little shy, I completely get
Screen
that.
off. On
You
mute.
do not need to be like, oh my god, I'm going to have to show everyone.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry. And you will still be able to enter the prize, because we'll have a bit of a thread on both Instagram and Ravelry where you can enter it's like a raffle. So anyone who enters a project gets a raffle ticket. And
awesome.
You might win a £35 gift voucher.
Good job. And
So
where can people find the Zoom link?
So the Zoom link for everything we've described, and also tons and tons of amazing special guests. We've got special guests like Lola and Becky, of course, who are doing the incredible hand dyed. And then we've got like Marie Wallen and Rachel Atkinson and tons of people. Some of them are still a bit up in the air at the time of filming again.
That's okay. No stress here.
So what you want to do to see all of that amazing kind of free live, it's all just a thank you to you guys really, is look at the link just below this video. And it's all up on Eventbrite, so all of it's free. You just need to kind of sign up saying you're interested, and then you'll get a Zoom link and you'll get a little reminder just before it starts.
Nice.
Which personally I find helpful.
Very helpful.
And then we will hopefully see you there. So it is the 4th to the 6th, and it starts at 10 a.m. on the 4th. And we can't wait.
Yeah,
it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, see you there.
So, quick sort of promo here for our Mill Open weekend. 20 years of John Arden Textiles. Again, it's virtual because we're closed, and it's going to happen over the 4th to the 6th of June.
That is correct.
It is correct. I can remember things, and apart from I can't remember my age anymore. So there's going to be lots of exciting things going on. So these are all virtually happening, but some of them live. Woo! So underneath this video you're watching, there's a link, and you can click that link. It will take you to all the wonderful events. And there's a chat with me and Andrew talking. So if you want to know more about breeds and fibre, me and Andrew are going to have a chat about that. And I think that's going to be live, is it?
It is on Zoom.
People ask us questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't be able to answer them.
I'll read them to you. It'll be
I'll
fine.
just give Andrew the difficult ones. He knows what he's talking about. And there'll be a tour, mill tour. Well, a sort of a Q&A in the mill about the machinery. So, and probably, I don't know, I'll run off to different machines or something. I haven't got a clue. Sonja knows what's going on, so it'll be fine. Anyhow, these are all free, these events as well, so you can click that link, sign up, and then you can just join in. It don't cost you a bean, so you've got nothing to lose. And there's going to be a pub quiz.
Yeah.
Pub quiz.
You've started working on your questions.
I have already. I've been, they're all going to be textile related, themed. There'll be music stuff, but it'll be like songs to do with textiles, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking off the top of my head here. There's lots of stuff. I'm gonna go for it, and maybe sayings and things and stuff to do with John Arden Textiles. And I don't know how on earth that's going to work, whether it's live or not. But I'll probably be drunk, so I don't care.
Glass of wine in
pub
hand.
quiz. I'm going to have a pint. A pint of stag.
Oh yeah,
Pint
local.
Exmoor Stag, best beer in the world. I'll have a pint of that, and ask stupid questions. So, thank you. So that's it. That will be the Mill wonderful open weekend. The extravaganza. 1 week to go. Please join us. And maybe the next one will be for real. But in the meantime, come and virtually be with us. And have a laugh. So yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us for our Mill Open Weekend / Appledore Introduction Extravaganza.
Yes! Oh my god, and we've got so many other amazing bits and bobs and things that are still kind of just being planned. So
simmering, ready. Very excited.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
We can't wait.
Yeah.
So all those specials, including the Appledore, will all go on sale at 5:30 on Friday the 4th. So put that in your diaries, make a little note, and our actual festivities kick off at 10 a.m. We'll all be on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
We're going to start building a little show stand ever so soon. So we'll have a show stand out in the mill. We'll have all our specials and all the Appledore and...
Oh, it's going to be great.
I'm so looking forward to it,
Make it
actually.
feel like it's a real show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And we can't wait for you to come and join, please. Cool. See you there.
Thank you. See
Bye.
you soon.
Cheers.